Ready? Stop. Miscellaneous. Center ACU. Back to path management. Load file to ACU.
With offsets applied. Okay.
Start drive of offsets. Monopulse. I love it when a plan comes together.
That's the trick. That's the trick. That's
so
where
now if we look, well, those track offsets are okay.
The manual
Now if we
offsets are
update
gone.
here, see it's gone from 3.7 to next to 0.
Good stuff.
Now the other thing we want to do before we leave Bevo is we're going to zero the VCA. So any Doppler that was there has gone out. What you heard there was just a tracking receiver at the back temporarily losing lock and then getting lock again. So you'll see this go to 0. Okay. So that's good.
So we won't need to be using that 0 VCA.
So what we're going to do now is just going to kill Trudy, just to get rid of any memory leak or any possible problem like that, which may or may not be there. Load her up again. The first thing we do is we go to here, because this defaults to 1 minute. Put that on 30 minutes. This. I've been putting this on neg 88 to neg 98. Seems to be a nice sort of figure. We'll get to clear that. So when we go to the summary, you'll see the VCA centre. This is sort of there. That is going around a little bit. Might.
And it's rotisserie mode?
no, that's I mean, it's damn windy out there,
It is a bit windy out there.
but I'm wondering whether it needs phasing.
Yeah, I am too. Ah. What is... In here, Tony, we should probably...
Worth loading that file up again.
Yes.
Load it into Trudy, but do not transfer it to the ACU.
Well, it's in there.
That's already in there. Okay, you rebooted Trudy.
All
so
we're
just-
thinking about at the moment is whether or not to do an auto phase.
The guy said you could have the...
Well, now's a good time while it's down because we've got another 10 minutes to. So we'll give it a go.
I'd be tempted to.
Okay. So just have a look at this thing. Okay. So let's come on to the work. So we're going to go to. We're going to cancel enhance mode. Get us back to my track.
It's back to my track.
To go to the offsets. Let's put it back on. Okay, we're going to go to the error plot. We're going to
global command variables.
Feed the pop first, see what's
Blah
done.
blah 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 blah. Can you talk about variables or global models? So reset everything, basically start.
Dave, you'll find when you hit auto phase on that window, it actually resizes that plot automatically. It zooms it, it sort of widens it out so that you can see the auto phase, which is part of it.
I just took a quick look at the RF offset. We were.
what does the auto phase in azimuth way down at?
What it does, it does an L step, and then it adjusts the as, and then it does an as step and does the L.
Oh, I did the as step to 0.5, you're right.
So when it was, so it would have gone down.
Yep, to 0.5.
Then done its finished. The numbers are slightly different. 204 and 270, but they're not good numbers because they're only 68 apart. We'll see. Cancel the enhance mode. We'll go to monopulse. See if it holds.
Do your plot, see if you
and then unfortunately, when you're not there, they're not in sync with the actual flat.
No, they're actually not bad.
Mm.
So you can tell it's windy, so you'd expect it to be a bit around. But so the difference between those two Bevo is 66 degrees.
Yes.
It's yesterday we had one of those perfect textbook. It was 90 degrees. You wanted to be about 90 degrees markers.
Because it's 90 degrees between us now.
But very rarely is it exact. And we've kind of if this was like 270 and 260, we just do another auto phase. It's too close. But that's in the ballpark. Anything like 65 to 125 is very close. So, what we're going to do now, just to be complete, is these are the results from that auto phase. So they're currently just in like a buffer store, but we're going to load them to location 10. So we do that by pressing this down key, and you'll see how there's nothing here now, Bevo. See how it's blank?
Yep.
And I hit that, see how those numbers come down into there. And then when I say set, it'll load it into location 10 for monopulse RF parameters.
Okay, so the phasing you're loading them down.
So that if we ever had to stop and recall it, those numbers will be there. So I'm going to hit that now, set. So set command. You see there's the 45 degrees is the pole, 270 is the L phase shift, and 204 is the as phase shift. So that's gone across. So if we go along and just do some bookkeeping now, we've got the latest NORAD file loaded in. This is just showing that you're in the...
Can I just hold you there for a sec? When you set them to the ACU, what
so if I go across into the see how you have over here you have RF offsets, so when you go down you've got monopulse. So if you see here now, the status is that they're loaded at 270 and 204.
And when you set them down, you went into there, or did it go to the ACU as well?
In the ACU. So if you go here, so that happened when we did that drop down and set that.
Yep.
Put them in there.
I did two things when you dropped them down and put them in there. You set them.
This is just how. This is just another. This window is effectively looking at that. So this is the status column. So if I wanted to adjust those now, I could adjust this number and hit that set MPS value, and it would change it. But I don't want to do that. So if we go to the error plot, we'll just clear that for you. You know that's zoomed right in, so it's showing you've got minuscule errors.
Yes, beautiful.
Pass management, we've done one update, but we'll do it again just to show you. So you've got your ASNL offsets changing very little.
Yeah, because
these big numbers before from the previous file, so you don't want to load those.
Yeah.
So what I'll do in fact is I'm going to bump them off the screen so you couldn't possibly do that.
Yeah.
That's fine. Signal level plot, we've got it so it's basically in the middle of the screen, and it's going to just vary like this.
So a signal level, you're thinking it should be around 90 to 90.
What it is a
Reading straight on.
It's a
track receiver.
Digital. It's a digital voltage representation of that. But that's a digital voltage representation of the signal strength from tracking servo.
The SIM is whether it's the all-encompassing SIM.
And this just changes your scale. You can just, so I've just made it 10 dB across. You can play with that. It doesn't change anything. It's just the way it's displayed. So when you go to the summary now, you'll see that you'll be able to just sit there and watch this cycle.
Yeah,
This should just stay around in the centre, and your VCO should stay pretty close to zero.
Beautiful.
And if you do want to change this level a little bit, if this level's getting a bit low, what they're supposed to do is go into the RF management here. It's a signal offset, that one there. So let's just have a look. I've kind of from this, I kind of like it to get up to, you know, the maximum of +3. Okay. So it gives you a bit of headway. Well, it was coming up to the best point, so we'll wait till it gets to the best point. You just go back to.
That's all right. T16 was just AOA.
We are tracking TM1, which is high frequency. So remember these vectors TM2, that's TM1. Click search, that will be centre. Change the span. Keep an eye on that's the beacon that you're tracking. It's going to bounce around like that due to the rotisserie, and it'll also bounce around a little bit when you get wind shuttering your antenna due to the wind.
Now, just going back to operations, he's going to give us a call right through.
Yeah, we'll start in 2 minutes, so you got to. We'll do the range in 2 minutes, so we'll do that.